the great kingdom of all names. Once upon a time, there existed a kingdom unlike any other, known as the Kingdom of All Names. This land stretched from the misty mountains in the north to the glittering sea in the south, and every village, forest, and castle was home to a person whose name began with a different letter of the alphabet. The kingdom was ruled by the wise Queen Aaliyah and her brother, the adventurous Prince Aaron. Together, they ensured that every citizen, whether Abel, Abigail, Ace, Ada, Adaline, or Adalyn, was treated fairly. From the smallest child Adan to the elder Addison, all names had their place in the kingdom. One day, a mysterious darkness appeared over the land, originating from the shadowed tower far beyond the horizon. The darkness threatened to erase names from existence, causing confusion and fear. Queen Aaliyah called upon her bravest knights, scholars, and heroes. Adeline, Adira, Aditia, Adonis, Adora, Adrian, Adriel, Ahmed, Ahmed, and the wise wizard Aiden. The kingdom's finest, from Aiko the archer to Aisha the healer, gathered at the castle gates. Together, they devised a plan to restore balance, a journey to retrieve the Crystal of Names, the magical gem that gave everyone in the kingdom their identity. Their quest took them through enchanted forests guarded by Akira, Alea, and Elena, across rivers where Alan, Alana, and Alani rowed the royal boats. They climbed mountains with Alaric, Elena, and Albert, and ventured into caves lit by glowing crystals, navigated by Alden, Alina, Alejandro, Alina, and Alex. Every step of the journey brought more companions. Alexander, Alexandra, Alexia, Alfie, Ali, and Alice shared their wisdom. Alicia, Alina, Alissa, Allison, Olivia, and Aaliyah brought courage. Aliza, Ali, Alma, Alvin, and Alyssa tended to the wounded. Through forests, deserts, and icy peaks, the group grew until it included nearly everyone. From Amal, Ammon, Amani, Amara, Amaris, Amya, to Ambrose, Amelia, Amelie, Amina, Amir, Amira, Amora, Amora, Amos, and Amira. The names flowed like a river, filling the kingdom with life, courage, and magic. Each region had its champions. In the north, Anna, Anastasia, Andre, Andrea, Andy, Angel, Angela, Anissa, Anisha, Anna, Annabelle, Annalise, Anne, Annika, and Anya led the way. In the west, Apollo, Arabella, Archer, Arden, Ares, Ari, Aria, Ariana, Ariana, Ari, Ariel, Ariella, Ariel, Arlo, Artemis, Arthur, and Arwen braved the stormy cliffs. The south had Asa, Asha, Asher, Ashley, Ashlyn, Ashton, Isma, Athena, Atlas, Aubrey, Audrey, August, Aura, Aurelia, Aurora, Ava, Avani, Avery, Avi, Aviana, Axel, Yana, Iden, Yesha, Isla, Azalea, Azaria, Azariah, Azriel, and Azriel. All experts in magic and music, bringing light to dark places. Even the youngest and smallest, Bailey, Barrett, Beatrice, Beau, Beckett, Bella, Ben, Benjamin, Bennett, Beverly, Bertie, Blair, Blaze, Blakely, Bodie, Bowen, Brady, Braxton, Braden, Brenda, Brenna, Bria, Brian, Brianna, Briar, Brielle, Brittany, Brooke, Brooks, and Bryce joined the ranks, proving that courage isn't measured in age or size. As the journey stretched over weeks and months, the group grew to hundreds of names, each one crucial. There were healers, warriors, mages, strategists, musicians, and even those who could speak to animals. Caden, Caden, Cain, Kai, Caleb, Kali, Callista, Callan, Callie, Callum, Calvin, Camden, Cameron, Camilla, Camille, Candace, Capri, Cara, Karina, Carla, Carter, Cassidy, Caden, Cecilia, Cecil, Cecilia, Cedric, Celeste, Celia, Selena, Celine, Charles, Charlie, Charlotte, Chase, Chelsea, Cheryl, Chester, Chiara, Chloe, Chris, Christine, Cillian, Claire, Clara, Claudia, Cleo, Clyde, Colby, Cole, Colette, Colin, Collins, Colton, Conrad, Cooper, Cora, Corbin, Courtney. Creed and Cruz. The journey eventually reached the shadowed tower, where the darkness swirled like a living storm. Every hero, from Dahlia, Daisy, Dakota, Dahlia, Dalton, Damien, Damon, Danica, Daniel, Daniela, Danielle, Dante, Darcy, Daria, Darren, Davina, Dawn, Dean, Deborah, Declan, Delilah, Della, Dennis, Devin, Dexter, Dylan, Dior, Dia, Dorothy, Drew, Eamon, Eden, Eddie, Edward, Effie, Elena, Elaine, Alina, Elia, Eliana, Elias, Elijah, Alina, Alyssa, Elise, Elizabeth, Ella, Ellen, Ellie, Elliot, Ellis, Elodie, Alois, Alora, Elsie, Elvin, Elise, Ember. Emilia, Emerson, Emery, Emilia, Emily, Emma, Emmanuel, Emmett, Emmett, Emmy, Emery, Emrise, Enoch, Enzo, Eric, Estella, Esther, Ethan, Eunice, Eva, Evan, Eve, Evelyn, Everett, Everly, Evie, Ewan, Ezekiel, and Ezra stood together. And so it continued. Every name from Fahad to Zuriel gathered. Wizards, warriors, scholars, and dreamers, all united to reclaim the crystal of names. Each one, from Fahad to Zuri, had a special role, their powers combining to dispel the darkness forever. When the final battle ended, the crystal shone brighter than the sun, names were restored, and the kingdom rejoiced. From that day forward, the kingdom of all names became a place where everyone mattered, every name was honored, and the magic of unity never faded. And so, every Aliyah, every Aaron, every Abel, and everyone in between lived happily ever after. The end. The Lanterns of Luminara. In the eastern valley of the kingdom of all names lay the glowing city of Luminara, famous for its floating lanterns. Every year, Queen Aliyah chose one region to lead the Lantern Festival, and this year it was Luminara's turn. The first to hear the news was Lacey, a young lantern maker who worked alongside her friend Lachlan, a patient woodcarver. Not far from their workshop, Layla and Lainey trained together in the dance halls, preparing a performance for the opening ceremony. Up the hillside, Lana raced her brother Landon toward the bell tower, while their neighbor Lara practiced ringing the bells with the help of Laura and Laurel. Even the wise historian Lauren left her tower full of scrolls to see the preparations. As the festival neared, a strange dimming began. Lanterns wouldn't stay lit. Master Mage Lavinia sensed trouble and called for help from nearby villages. Soon Layla, Lee, and Lena arrived, each skilled in different types of light magic. They were joined by the twins Lee and Lena, who could read shifting shadows, and the navigator Leia, accompanied by her friend Leif, who preferred climbing and scouting rather than magic. The lights continued to fade, so the group expanded. Problem solvers like Lee, the planner Leighton, and the quick-thinking Layla arrived, along with the bright-voiced singer Leilani. From the coast rode Leland, bringing news that the darkness was spreading. With the situation growing urgent, more heroes stepped forward. Lena, the storyteller, Lennox, the strategist, Leo and Leon, the inseparable travelers, and the steadfast Levi, who carried a lantern that never went out. Even the youngest, like Lexi, insisted on helping. When the team reached the lantern lake, the darkness thickened like fog. There they met water mage Leah, fire tamer Liam, and shapecaster Liana, soon followed by Liana, who guided them across the shimmering bridges. Near the water's edge, Leela and Lila uncovered forgotten carvings about a lost spirit. Archivists Lillian, Liliana, Lilibet, and Lilith worked side by side to translate the symbols. The carvings spoke of the flicker spirit, a being who fed on neglected lights. To restore balance, the heroes split into groups. Lily and Linda tended to the dimming lanterns. Lionel and Lisa crafted protective sigils. Lysette and Livia mixed potions of glowroot sap. Meanwhile, Leah and Lisa gathered rare shining moss deep inside the crystal caverns. Near nightfall, the ground shook. From the forest emerged defenders like Logan, quick-footed Lola, and the ice harp player Lorelei. Moments later, Lorenzo, Lorraine, and the tiny but fierce Lottie joined them, carrying enchanted instruments. As the flicker spirit finally appeared, It was Louis and Louise who realized its glow reacted to sound. They called for musicians. Luca, Lucas, Lucian, Lucian, and even the cheerful wanderer Lucky arrived with instruments in hand. The final note came from Lucy, whose gentle glow soothed the spirit, allowing Lucas and Luna to trap it safely inside a peaceful lantern. When dawn arrived, Lila, Lynn, Lyra, and Lyric released the newly lit lantern into the sky, where it shimmered brighter than any before. That night, all of Luminara celebrated, because every single name, talent, and voice played a part in saving the festival. And the lanterns shone all the brighter for it.